20 traps that's full of yak. 30 down for the Audemars. Ain't got the rolling on now. Wear it on the mark. Every day I get high, tear up all the bars. 26 and say hi, they tear up on my car. I was too young to really like remember Minneapolis. I had moved to Detroit too early, type shit, like a baby. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't really had no experience in Minnesota like that. We moved straight to 6 Mile. We was staying on Minden. Again, I was too young to remember that. I was a baby. Like, when I mean a baby, I mean like 6, 7 months type shit. So I don't remember that experience. But we ended up moving on Mac, and we stayed on my Elliott on Meldrum. And I do got some childhood memories from that. It was only 4 motherfucking houses on the block. I went to Bunch Elementary.
This is DDS, Detroit Raw.
Chavez Smith, born October 31st, 1989. Known professionally as Icewear Vezzo. It's an American rapper from Detroit, Michigan. He is the founder of the label Iced Up Records. He is best known for his Clarity mixtape series and Rich Off Prince mixtape trilogy. This is Icewear Vezzo, Detroit Raw.
The 3rd grade, we moved back to 6 Mile, but we moved on Sanford. 3-bedroom house. And it was me, my brother Rick, my brother Therese, my brother Dion, my brother Calvin, my sister Tonton, my sister Tayetta, my cousin Pee Weezy, my cousin Bass. All of us, we was living over there, and Ghost, Icewear Ghost, we was all staying there.
Icewear Vezzo has been steadily growing in popularity since the release of his debut mixtape. He has collaborated with some of the biggest names in hip-hop, such as Lil Durk, Sada Baby, and Shoreline Mafia. He has also toured extensively throughout the United States and Canada since 2016.
And 3 motherfuckers to a room, but we used to rotate a lot. Like for instance, right, my brother Calvin and my sister Tonton and Tayetta, they stayed, for the most part, they stayed with their moms and shit. So, you know what I'm saying? When they was gone, it was just the rest of us over there. We shared a room. My brother Therese had like the biggest room upstairs. Him, Pee Weezy, and Dion had that room. My room was across from his and shit. And we just used to thug it out, bro. I had a happy childhood. It was all love in our household, respect. You know what I'm saying?
Now, Icewear Vezzo stands out from other rappers due to his unique sound and catchy lyrics. His music contains elements of both hip-hop and trap music. He often incorporates melodies from classic soul songs into his beats as well.
I got into a lot of dumb bullshit when I was a shorty. You know what I mean? Like, I was in 4th grade. My brother Rick caught me and my cousin Tezzo trying to sell crack at this Bradford store. Literally, no cap. He beat my ass and sent me about my way. Tezzo went, got his ass beat, and you know what I mean? We just used to get into a bunch of dumbass shit when we were shorties.
Icewear and his family initially moved to 7 Mile Road and Fenmore Street on the west side for a summer, and then moved east to Mount Elliott Street and Gratiot Avenue, ultimately settling in on a home on 6 Mile Road and Gunston Street on Detroit's east side.
I bought my first car when I was 12 going on 13 though. I used to pick my wife up in that car, drive to Eastland and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? I used to have to hide that bitch from my mom. My mom ain't even know I had a car, but Ghost mama knew I had a car, so she used to let us park it over there. His mama was young, we was young, you know what I'm saying? So she was kind of hip. We was selling weed and shit at a young ass age.
By the time Icewear was 16, he was calling himself Young Vez and trying to balance street life with his rap career. His talent was obvious, but he was racking up court cases faster than he could put out mixtapes. After getting convicted of unarmed robbery in 2007, he was ordered to submit to drug testing and not enter places that serve alcohol, but managed to convince the judge to remove a curfew from his sentence so he could continue to pursue his rap career.
For the most part, it was a happy household. Food stayed in that motherfucker. We always had school clothes and good shit, video games and all that shit. We was happy.
Icewear is just as brash as his music, confident and cocky. He's fully aware that the truths within his experiences are what separates himself and his brand of hip hop from others. Niggas was like, you got all the shit that these other niggas is rapping about. The streets gonna fuck with you more because these niggas see you, he says.
Our first location, our juice bar, Fresh and Pressed. Me and my wife on this. I bought this for my wife. This is something she genuinely love to do. She genuinely believe in this shit. This wasn't like a money grab for us. You know, my wife been doing this shit since we had our first baby, my daughter. You know what I'm saying? So everything up here organic, no additives in the fruit. We got real organic fruit. Pause. All of that, you know what I'm saying? Vegan food, gluten-free, dairy-free, everything up here is health. You know what I'm saying? Health equals wealth. And we standing on that. We got a new location coming downtown on Griswold. Y'all get with it, Fresh and Pressed.
So at the age 21, Icewear doubled down a little harder. He started to spend less time in the streets and more time in the studio and promoting his music. That's when the Icewear moniker was born, for his love of wearing precious diamonds.
It wasn't what I wanted to be. I didn't really want to be a rapper until I dropped dancing. That's when and obviously I was trying music way before then, but that's when I realized that shit was real. That's when I realized this shit was possible, it can happen. And it wasn't like nothing that took place in my life that brought me to that shit. It was just me knowing that you gotta think like Dope Boys was rapping, Team Eastside. It was a lot of people rapping, Dusty McFly, a lot of guys turned, you know what I'm saying? And not discluding my homies did Team Eastside, but I knew I had everything that the Dope Boys was rapping about, and that was important to me. It's like, damn, them cars they rapping about, buffs and Rolexes and just having this type of money at a young age, everything they was rapping about, I literally had it. From the cars to the jewelry to the condos to the lofts, all that shit. I had absolutely everything that they rapped about. And, you know, just at the time, you know, nigga felt competitive and I felt a little on the weird side. It was like some type of competition I felt in my heart, because it's like, damn, I got all this shit they rapping about and them boys is turned right now. Bro, I dropped a mixtape called Icewear. That shit said Young Vezzo presents Icewear. And at the time, you know, Pluto was always like one of my favorite artists. And he had dropped Dirty Sprite. And he changed his Twitter name to like Dirty Sprite or some shit. Like, I don't know if it was his real page or a fake page. And there was a couple artists that made their Twitter and their Instagram name the name of their project. So I thought that I was being smart and, you know, this regular marketing rapper shit. So I changed my Instagram name to the name of my mixtape, which was Icewear Vezzo. That was literally the name of the mixtape. Young Vezzo presents Icewear. That was the mixtape. And Mustard was my fucking manager at the time. And we was like paying other motherfuckers for me to perform at their parties, or paying other artists to perform for them before they perform type shit. And the nigga kept putting my Instagram name on a flyer, and I fucked around and got turned, you know, not like months after that I dropped dancing, and everybody started calling me Icewear Vezzo instead of Young Vezzo, so I just ran with the name.
But unfortunately, in September 2015, Detroit police officers spotted Icewear among a group of men gathered in the parking lot at an Eastside gas station. As they approached the group, they saw Icewear walk away, lift up his shirt, and pass a handgun, a .45 caliber loaded Glock, to someone else in the group.
Yeah. Prison was one of the best things that ever happened for me, because I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about a lot of shit. You know, I was able to check myself and really dive deeper into how I move as a man and as a person, period. You know what I'm saying? That shit brought, everything came full circle for me after prison, because I went at life with a whole new mindset, with a whole new mentality. Prison, I learned the true definition of love. I learned that love is an action. Love ain't a feeling. Love is something that you do. It's not something that you only say. You cannot love someone without showing them.
Now, as a felon, Icewear was prohibited from possessing a firearm. I was scared, Your Honor, Icewear told the judge at Detroit's U.S. District Court in 2016, according to court transcripts. Scared for my life. My daughter was only 2 weeks old. Growing up where I grew up, I knew I had to be strapped. Even when you get close to making it out of the neighborhood, you get a lot of love from fans, but a lot more hate. They have no future. I was just trying to protect myself, Icewear said.
I used to go to school for a couple hours. Then asked one of the OGs, a couple of my older homies, to come pick me up. We was in the streets thugging, you know what I'm saying? I'm driving rims and shit like that. You know, I was getting money in high school. So, you know, I had a kiddie mentality. I thought school was beneath me at the time because I already had money. Well, I thought I had money, but I ain't had shit, you know, just a young nigga in high school thinking he had something. And that caused me to not finish school and end up dropping out overall and chase my dream. I feel like I always knew it was meant for me to be something and meant for me to have something. I felt the shit when I was a kid. I just knew it. I don't know how I knew it, but I knew it. I knew I wasn't average. I knew that I was a hustler.
But most importantly, Icewear just got married and became a father 2 months before he reported to the Federal Correctional Institution in Lisbon, Ohio.
It was like, well, you know, I know I like music. I know I want to be an actor, and I know what comes from that shit if I do it the right way.
Icewear also states that the reality of being a first-time father away from his child was the wake-up call that he needed.
Think about it. I felt I brought a whole new sound to Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not glorifying this part, but wasn't nobody really cared or knew or understood what lean was and all that type of shit. So I'm talking that type of lingo, and you know, I just brought a whole new bag to the Detroit sound at the time, and I knew that I had something special.
Further in the conversation, Icewear claims in 10 years from now, I'm going to be working with Motown, probably only Motown, with some other good people, he predicts. With his signature swagger, I'm going to be raising my children. I'm going to be working with the city of Detroit. I won't be rapping, but I'll still be in the mix.
As far as like the drink guy name, a lot of people think I was calling myself a drink guy because I drunk a lot of lean, and that ain't where the name come from. It came because at one point in my life I was selling a whole lot of this shit, like a whole lot of it, like a lot of it. And that's why I was calling myself a drink guy, not because I drunk lean. And I don't suggest anybody drink lean. That shit is extremely bad for you. It's not cool.
Icewear claims at a certain point, you have to choose who you're going to love. You're either going to love yourself or you're going to love the streets, he says. It's like overcoming any addiction. I was addicted to the streets, but my love for my family overweighed that. This is Icewear Vezzo, Detroit Raw.